Today I'd like to talk about eczema, or eczema if you are in Scotland, and the triggers and treatments for it that I've discovered for myself. So I've had eczema for all my life, 50 years, and I've spent countless times in the doctor's surgery, trying different things, different lotions and potions, and different steroid creams, different prescription cleansers and moisturizers, and all sorts of things. I've even gone down the Chinese herbalist route, even tried homeopathy once, as a way to try to treat it. So I have a lot of experience of treating the condition. Now, what I can say from my own experience is that there is no cure. What you do need to understand if you're a sufferer is that there are two sides to it. There are triggers and treatments. If you understand your triggers, so these are the things that will cause an outbreak. And for me, it is things like various types of detergents, so hand soaps, washing up liquid, dishwasher tablets, shampoos, shower gels, bubble baths, anything like that. Anything that basically is an off-the-shelf cleanser. This will trigger an outbreak. So there are the triggers. So once you identify what your triggers are, you can then avoid them. There's a balance that you have to achieve between avoiding the triggers and still keeping clean. The other thing is treatments. So the things that you get from the doctor, the steroid creams, the things like dermol, which are very good actually for keeping the skin moisturized and using as substitute soaps. I use those all the time. And there's various other lotions and potions and things I've tried over the years, diet supplements and that sort of thing. But the most effective one is this right here, which is Balmonds Skin Salvation. Now, full transparency, I am a Balmonds ambassador. So I am a supporter of the brand, but I'm a supporter of the brand because I've been using the product for the last 2.5 years on a daily basis. So I've got a link in my links page. Go into my bio links page, you'll see a link to Balmonds. If you follow that link to Balmonds, you will automatically get a 20% discount. And if you spend over £20, you'll get free delivery as well. So if you start off with a sort of sample size at 30 ml, this one's 120 ml. 120 ml. Then there's one up from that as well, which is a 250, so twice that size. The one that's 250 is £30, so you would get £6 off that, plus free delivery. If you get the sample size at £8, $7.99, you'll still get your 20% off, but you'd have to then pay for delivery. So if you're going to go for it, the best value is the largest one. And this one, I'll just tell you, lasts me a good 10 weeks just on my hands twice a day. So the bigger one is going to last for months and months. So it's really good value stuff. It's vegan, it's cruelty-free, purely natural product, 100% natural. It's made of different seed oils, hemp oil, beeswax, and it's basically, the two parts to it are a moisturizer and a barrier. So the oils in it act as a natural moisturizer for the skin. If you've ever used olive oil, and if you're familiar with a skin condition like eczema or dermatitis, anything that causes dry skin, and you put olive oil on, you'll be aware of that instant softening and the ease that you get from the oil. So this has that same effect of moisturizing and softening the skin, and also that sort of white, powdery, flaky scaliness that you get with eczema. That alleviates that as well. That moisturizes that away. So it helps for the visual appearance of the skin, and anyone that suffers from it in a very visual place like the face or the hands. So if you look at my hands, you'll see the effect it's had on the nail area. So I don't have any cuticles. The nail beds are, try and get it in focus, but the nail beds are all destroyed. The area around the fingers gets very inflamed, and these bits here can get prone to infection. Now, for the product itself, if you smell it, there is almost no scent at all. It's certainly not perfumed in any way. Anything that you can smell is from the natural ingredients that are in it, the oils and the beeswax. It's not an unpleasant smell. It's just a very, very delicately fragranced product. And if you take, and literally for my hands would be that amount, tiny amount, on the end of my fingertips, rub it into the fingers, into the creases, and then as though you're washing your hands, into the webbing, ends of the fingers, and that's it. Immediate soothing. It is immediate soothing. And as I say, it feels lovely. It feels soft, moisturized. It's not the sort of thing that absorbs in without a trace. You do end up with that physical barrier on the skin, which is what makes it work. It's what makes it so effective. You can see there's a slight shininess. It doesn't end up oily. It's just a slight, how to describe it? It's like a very thin barrier that you can feel. So you can feel the moisturization, and you can feel the barrier locking it in, and that's good for a good few hours. Twice a day maximum is what I would use that for. And as you could see from how much I used, that's why it lasts for so long. So as I say, I would get a good 10 weeks out of that. That's sort of medium size, 120, and there's a size up from that which would last you months and months. Great value. As I say, I'm going to go through other things like moisturizers, face cream, hand cream, bath emollient. Those are for future videos. But if you want to try them, have a look in my bio and go to Balmonds. You'll see the full product range there. You'll also see lots and lots of other independent reviews, feedback, other things that people have had to say. As they say these days, do your own research, but it's certainly a product I can wholeheartedly recommend. Balmonds Skin Salvation.